go out at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Haribo, Haribo. He would wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Haribo, Haribo. Mukunda Madhava, Govinda Hari, Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is take to the sweet chanting of his name. Haribo, Haribo. Every day the sun will rise, and every day the sun will set. Haribo, Haribo. What's the value of your life if devotion you don't get? Haribo, Haribo. Take the name into your heart, take it with you when you part. Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away.
OGEbeats.com.
Grand rising, everybody. Here we go. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Rama Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Okay, let's chant some japa. Turn your mics on. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Hare
Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Hare,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Hare,
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
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 Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama, Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare, Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
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 Hare
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 Rama,
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 Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
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 Rama
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama
Rama
Hare Hare
Rama,
Hare
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 Krishna
Rama
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare Hare Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare,
Hare Rama
Hare
Hare Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare Hare Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare Rama
Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
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 Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare
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 Rama,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Hare Hare
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Hare,
Rama
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Rama
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Rama
Hare Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama Hare
Rama
Rama
Hare Hare
Rama,
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare,
Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Hare Rama
Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Rama
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare Hare Hare
Rama
Krishna
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Rama Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna Hare Hare
Rama Rama,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna Hare
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 Rama
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
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 Rama,
Hare Hare
Hare
Sri
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Rama
Chaitanya
Krishna,
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Rama Hare
Shri Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Chaitanya
Hare
Shri
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Chaitanya
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Shri
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Chaitanya
Hare,
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Chaitanya
Hare Krishna,
Shri Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Chaitanya
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Shri
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Shri Krishna
Krishna,
Chaitanya
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Rama Rama, Hare
Shri
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Chaitanya Shri
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Shri
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Chaitanya
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Shri
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Shri
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Shri
Krishna
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 Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri
Hare
Krishna,
Rama Hare Rama
Shri
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Shri Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Shri
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Shri Krishna
Rama Rama
Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya, Shri
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Krishna Krishna
Shri
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Rama
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Chaitanya,
Rama Hare Hare
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri
Krishna
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 Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama
Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri Krishna
Rama
Chaitanya,
Rama Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Shri
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Chaitanya, Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare Rama Hare
Shri
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Chaitanya,
Rama
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Shri
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
Shri
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Chaitanya,
Rama
Shri
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna
Shri Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Krishna
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Chaitanya,
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Chaitanya,
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Shri
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya, Shri Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama
Hare
Shri
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Shri
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
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 Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama Hare Hare
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Krishna Hare 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 Rama
Shri
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Chaitanya,
Rama
Shri
Rama
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Rama
Krishna
Shri
Rama,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare Hare
Chaitanya,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Shri
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare
Krishna,
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare
Chaitanya,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Rama
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Rama Rama
Chaitanya,
Rama Hare Hare
Shri Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Shri
Rama.
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Krishna Hare
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Chaitanya, Shri Krishna
Rama Rama
Chaitanya,
Hare Hare
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya, Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna,
Hare
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare Rama
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama,
Chaitanya,
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna,
Shri
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Chaitanya,
Hare
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 Shri
Rama,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Chaitanya,
Rama,
Rama Hare
Shri Krishna
Rama
Hare
Chaitanya,
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Shri
Krishna
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 Chaitanya,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Shri
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hare
Chaitanya,
Rama
Shri
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Krishna
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare Hare
Chaitanya,
Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare Rama
Shri
Hare Rama
Krishna Chaitanya,
Rama Rama
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Shri
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Chaitanya,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Shri
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare
Chaitanya,
Rama
Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare Rama,
Hare Hare
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare
Shri
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri
Hare Rama
Krishna
Hare Rama
Chaitanya,
Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya, Shri
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Rama,
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri
Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama
Shri
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna,
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna Krishna
Shri
Krishna
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 Hare Hare
Krishna,
Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri
Rama
Krishna
Hare Rama
Chaitanya,
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Shri Krishna
Hare Krishna
Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Chaitanya,
Hare Hare
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare Rama
Chaitanya, Shri
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare Krishna
Shri
Hare Krishna
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 Chaitanya,
Krishna
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Rama
Chaitanya,
Hare Rama
Shri Krishna
Rama
Chaitanya,
Rama
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna
Chaitanya,
Hare Krishna
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare Hare
Shri
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Chaitanya,
Rama
Shri
Rama
Krishna
Hare Hare Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Shri
Krishna
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 Chaitanya,
Hare Hare
Shri
Hare Rama
Krishna
Hare Rama
Chaitanya,
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Chaitanya.
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Chaitanya.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare
Ramarita.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Sri
Krishna
Advaita
Krishna Hare
Tatara.
Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama
Very
Rama
good.
Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Shri Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Chaitanya,
Jaya
Hare
Jaya
Hare
Sri
Hare
Shri
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Chaitanya,
Rama
Shri
Rama
Krishna,
Hare 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 Krishna
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Shri
Ajita.
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare Hare
Gagadari.
Rama Hare
Shri
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Chaitanya,
Rama
Sri
Hare
Lord
Hare
Shri
Hare
Gaura.
Krishna Hare
Shri
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna,
Krishna
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Shri
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Rama Hare
Chaitanya,
Rama
Hare
Shri
Rama,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare
Shri Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Shri
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Shri
Krishna,
Krishna,
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Shri
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Rama Rama,
Hare
Shri
Rama
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna,
Shri
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Hare
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Hare Krishna
Shri
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama
Shri
Rama
Krishna
Hare Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare
Hare
Shri
Rama,
Krishna
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 Rama
Chaitanya,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Shri
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Rama
Krishna
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama Hare Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Krishna
Rama Rama
Krishna,
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna Hare
Rama, Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Rama, Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama Hare Rama
Rama, Hare
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 Hare,
Rama,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Rama,
Rama Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Rama
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
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 Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Rama Hare
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare,
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
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 Krishna
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
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 Krishna
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Krishna
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hari
Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hare Rama
Krishna
Krishna
Hari Hari
Rama
Krishna,
Hari
Rama
Rama
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama,
Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Rama
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Krishna,
Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama Hari Hari Hari
Rama
Krishna Hari
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari Rama Hari
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hari
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Rama Hari
Krishna
Rama
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 Krishna
Rama,
Rama Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Krishna
Rama
Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hari Hari Hari
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Rama Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
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 Krishna Krishna, Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama, Hare
Hari
Rama,
Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Rama,
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hari
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Rama
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 Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Rama
Krishna
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hari
Hare Rama,
Hari Rama Hari
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Hari
Rama
Krishna,
Hari
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hari
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hari Hari Hari
Rama
Rama Hari
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hari
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare
Hari 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 Krishna
Rama
Hari
Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
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 Hari
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna,
Hari Rama Hari
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare Rama
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 Hari
Rama,
Hare
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 Hari
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hari Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hari
Hare Rama, Hare
Hari
Rama,
Rama
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 Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Krishna, Hare
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Rama
Krishna,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hari
Krishna, Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Rama
Rama Hare
Hari
Rama
Hari Hari
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hari
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
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 Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare Hare
Rama
Rama
Hari
Hare
Rama
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 Rama,
Rama
Rama
Hari
Hare
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 Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hari
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama
Rama
Hare Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna Hare
Hari
Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Krishna
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hari
Krishna Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama, Rama, Hare
Rama Hari
Hari Rama, Hari
Hari
Rama, Rama, Rama,
Hari
Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Hari
Rama
Hari, Hari Rama,
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama, Hari
Rama,
Hari,
Hari
Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hari
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Hari, Hari
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hari
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 Hari, Hari
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hari Hari,
Hari
Hari Rama,
Hari
Hari Rama,
Hari
Rama
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Hari,
Krishna
Hari
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Hari Hari,
Hari
Hari Rama,
Rama
Hari
Hari
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hari Hari,
Rama
Hari
Hari
Krishna, Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Rama, Rama,
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna
Hari, Hari Rama, Hari
Krishna,
Rama.
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama
Rama,
Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hari Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hari
Hare
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hari Hari
Hare,
Hari
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hari
Hare,
Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Hare
Hari
Hare,
Hari
Hare,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hari
Krishna,
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Hari Hari
Rama,
Hari
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Hari Rama
Rama,
Hari Rama
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna,
Krishna Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Rama Hari
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Hari Hari
Rama,
Hari Krishna Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama Hari Hari Hari
Rama,
Krishna Hari Krishna
Rama
Krishna Krishna
Rama,
Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare,
Rama Hari
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Hari Hari
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Shri
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Chaitanya
Rama
Shri
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Rama
Chaitanya
Rama,
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Chaitanya
Krishna,
Shri
Rama
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Hare,
Chaitanya
Krishna
Shri
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Chaitanya
Rama
Hare
Shri
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Chaitanya
Rama,
Shri
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya
Krishna,
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Chaitanya
Krishna,
Hare
Shri
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Chaitanya Shri
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya
Hare
Shri
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Shri
Rama
Krishna
Krishna,
Rama,
Chaitanya
Hare
Rama
Shri
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama
Chaitanya Shri
Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Chaitanya
Hare Krishna,
Shri
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Chaitanya
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Shri
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Chaitanya, Shri
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Krishna,
Shri
Hare Rama
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Chaitanya,
Rama,
Shri
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Rama
Chaitanya,
Rama
Rama,
Shri
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna,
Shri
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Shri Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Jaya
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Chaitanya,
Hare Rama
Shri
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Rama
Shri
Rama
Chaitanya,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Shri
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya, Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya,
Shri Krishna
Shri Krishna
Chaitanya,
Hare
Chaitanya, Shri
Krishna
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya,
Shri Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya, Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Rama
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya,
Nityananda
Shri
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya, Shri
Chaitanya
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya,
Shri
Shri Krishna
Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya,
Vasri
Shri
Nityananda,
Krishna
Gaura
Chaitanya,
Nityananda,
Shri Krishna
Nityananda,
Chaitanya, Shri Krishna
Nityananda,
Chaitanya, Hare
Nityananda,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Nityananda,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Gaura
Hare
Hari,
Rama, Rama Rama,
Gaura
Hare
Hari,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Gaura
Krishna, Hare
Hari,
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Gaura
Rama Rama,
Hari,
Hare Hare, Hare
Jaya
Krishna,
Gaura
Krishna Krishna,
Hari,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Gaura
Krishna, Krishna
Hari,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Gaura
Hare
Hari,
Ram, Ram
Jaya
Ram,
Gaura
Krishna
Hari,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare,
Hare Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hari 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 Krishna Hari
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Rama Hari
Hare Hare,
Rama Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Hari
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama Rama
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hare
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 Rama
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
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 Hare
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 Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Rama
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 Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama Hare Hare
Rama
Hare Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Rama Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare,
Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Chaitanya
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Shri
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Rama
Chaitanya
Rama,
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Chaitanya
Krishna
Krishna,
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Chaitanya Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Chaitanya
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Chaitanya Shri
Rama
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Chaitanya
Hare Hare, Hare
Shri
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya
Krishna,
Shri Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Chaitanya
Hare
Shri
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Chaitanya
Rama,
Shri Krishna
Rama
Chaitanya
Rama, Hare Hare,
Shri
Hare
Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna
Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Shri
Chaitanya
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare
Chaitanya
Rama,
Shri
Sri
Rama
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Hare
Shri
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Chaitanya
Hare
Nityananda
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Sri
Hare Hare, Hare
Advaita
Rama, Hare
Shri
Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama,
Chaitanya
Hare
Sri
Hare,
Shri Krishna
Rasi
Chaitanya Shri
Adikura Bhakta
Krishna
Vrinda
Chaitanya
Hare Krishna, Hare
Jaya
Shri
Sri
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Krishna,
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Chaitanya
Rama, Hare
Shri
Rama,
Krishna
Ramita
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Sri
Hare
Adi
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Sri
Krishna
Vasudipura
Krishna,
Bhakta
Hare
Vrinda
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Shri Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare
Shri
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Jaya
Hare
Sri Krishna
Krishna,
Chaitanya
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Shri
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Chaitanya
Hare
Shri
Rama,
Krishna Chaitanya
Rama
Ramanityananda
Rama,
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Chaitanya
Hare
Shri Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Chaitanya
Krishna,
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Yadachara
Hare
Chaitanya Shri
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Chaitanya
Srivas
Shri Krishna
Rama,
Adikura
Rama
Chaitanya
Hare Hare
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna,
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Chaitanya,
Hare
Hare
Shri
Rama,
Rama
Krishna
Hare Rama
Hare
Chaitanya,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare Hare Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Shri Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Hare
Shri
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Rama Hare
Chaitanya, Shri
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Chaitanya,
Rama Hare Hare
Shri
Rama
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Shri Krishna
Shri
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri
Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hare
Chaitanya, Shri Krishna
Sri Ras,
Chaitanya, Shri
Atikora
Krishna
Bhakta
Chaitanya,
Vrita,
Shri Krishna
Rama
Chaitanya,
Rama
Shri
Jaya
Hare
Sri
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri
Krishna
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 Chaitanya,
Krishna
Prabhu
Hare
Shri
Nitya
Hare
Krishna
Radha,
Hare Rama Rama
Nityananda,
Rama
Sri
Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare Krishna
Nityananda,
Hare Krishna
Gadadara Sri Vasa
Shri
Tikora
Krishna
Bhakta
Chaitanya,
Vrinda,
Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga,
Hare Krishna
Kuranga
Hare
Kuranga,
Krishna 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 Hare
Gauranga,
Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Kuranga Kuranga,
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna
Gauranga,
Hare Krishna
Kuranga
Krishna
Kuranga,
Hare 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 Rama Hare
Sri Krishna
Rama
Chaitanya,
Rama Hare
Yes,
Hare
my
Hare
Sri
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Chaitanya,
Krishna Krishna
Prabhu
Hare
Nitya
Hare Hare Rama
Jaya
Hare
Jaya
Rama Rama
Gadadara
Rama
Sri
Hare
Vasa
Hare
Tikora Bhakta
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Jaya
Hare
Jaya
Rama 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 Hare
Prabhu
Hare
Nitya
Hare Krishna
Sri
Hare Krishna
Jaya
Krishna
Gadadara
Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama Hare
Rama,
Hare Hare Krishna
Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Rama
Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Shri Krishna
Hare Krishna
Chaitanya,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare Rama
Chaitanya,
Rama
Shri
Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna
Chaitanya,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Shri Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri
Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare Rama
Chaitanya, Shri
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare Krishna
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram,
Hare Rama Hare
Hare
Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hari
Ram,
Hari
Ram,
Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hari
Rama
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 Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna
Ram,
Hari
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama
Rama
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
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 Hari
Hare Hare
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama
Hare
Hari
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama Rama
Krishna, Hare
Hari
Hare,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hari
Hare
Hari Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hari
Ram,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hari
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Hari Rama
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Ram,
Hari
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hari
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Hari
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hari Rama
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Hari
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Rama Rama Hari Krishna Hari Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama Hari Hari
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare
Ram,
Krishna Hari
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama
Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Hare
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare 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 Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Krishna,
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare 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 Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Rama
Krishna
Hare Rama
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare Rama Hare
Ram,
Rama
Ram,
Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna Hare
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 Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Rama
Hare
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 Rama
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Rama
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Rama
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 Hare
Hare Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Hare Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hare Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama,
Rama Rama Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Hare
Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Rama Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Krishna
Rama
Hare Hare
Rama
Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare.
Jaya Jaya
Hare
Sri Chaitanya,
Krishna.
Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhaktavinda.
Jaya Jaya
Jaya
Sri
Jaya Sri
Chaitanya, Jaya
Chaitanya Jaya
Nityananda,
Nityananda Jaya
Jaya
Sri Sri Chaitanya Prabhu Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhaktivinoda
Jaya Jaya Sri
Jaya Sri
Chaitanya Jaya
Chaitanya
Nityananda
Nityananda
Jaya Sri
Jaya Sri
Advaita
Advaita
Jaya
Chandra
Guru
Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Rupa Goswami, read that verse, the verses again. They're so good. Sri Stavamala, Volume 1. First 8 prayers glorifying Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is always the most worshipful deity. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is always the most worshipful of the demigods, including Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, who came in the garb of ordinary men, bearing love for him. He instructs his own pure devotional service to his own devotees. Will he again become visible before the path of my eyes? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the protector of the demigods, the supreme goal of the Upanishad, the be-all and end-all of all the great sages, and the beautiful shelter of his devotees. And the essence of the love of the lotus eye. And the essence of the love of the lotus-eyed goat. Will he again be visible on the pathway of my eyes? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has manifested his own form, which cannot be compared to anything in the material universe. He is very dear to Advaita Acharya, and Srivas Pandit is surrendered to him. He is very respectful to Paramananda Puri. He takes away the ignorance of the material world and delivers the conditioned soul suffering from the threefold miseries. He showered his mercy on Maharaj Prataparudra, the king of Orissa. Will he again be visible on the pathway of eyes? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu becomes maddened by tasting the mellows of devotional service. His effulgent form is the abode of sweetness for millions of cubits. He is the crest jewel of sannyasis. His garments display the effulgence of the sun, and the splendor of his body eclipses the beauty of gold. Will he again become visible? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chants the Hare Krishna mantra in a loud voice, the holy name dancing on his tongue as he counts the number of recitations with his effulgent hand. His eyes are large, and his long arms, bending as he performs his pastimes, reach down to his knees. Will he again become visible before the path of my eyes? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the topmost of all devotees. Sometimes while walking on the beach, he would see a beautiful garden nearby. and mistake it for a forest of Vrindavan. He would thus be completely overwhelmed by ecstatic love of Krishna and begin to chant the holy name and dance. His tongue worked incessantly as he chanted, Krishna, Krishna. Will he again become visible before the path of my eyes? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced down the main road in great ecstasy before Lord Jagannath, master of Neelachal, who was sitting on his car, overwhelmed by transcendental bliss of dancing, and surrounded by the Vaishnavas who sang the holy names. He manifested waves of ecstatic love of Godhead. Will he again become visible before the pathway of my eyes? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became joyful during the chanting of the holy names, and he sprinkled the earth with showers of tears. All the hairs of his body standing on end appeared like a beautiful filaments of fresh kadamba blossoms, and his body glistened with perspiration. Will he again become visible before the path of my eyes? May the great ocean, full of waves of pure love, for the two white lotus flowers of the feet of Lord Caitanya Mahaprabhu, become immediately manifest to whatever pious person reads these 8 auspicious verses. The pure intelligence shining with faith as he meditates on the Lord. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is always the most worshipable deities of the demigods, including Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, who came in the garb of ordinary men. Oh, music, thank you. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're really fortunate. I mean, the greatest beings in the world, like, the demigods, the heavenly planets. Lord Chaitanya, because he's the latest incarnation, is naturally the most worshipable incarnation. See, people don't know that in this world, and that's our job. It's our pleasure, our great happiness is to reawaken the awareness that the greatness of Lord Chaitanya and his shelter and how easy it is. I mean, people need shelter in this world. And look, he gives us shelter from the ignorance. These verses are all about the shelter that he's given and his devotees. You can see his devotees are actually a manifestation of himself in this world. He works through those devotees. He works as those devotees. That's how the ignorance, the verse is in there. He takes away the ignorance of the world. He takes it by this knowledge that we have. He's given it to us, and we share it and disseminate it with others. People don't know this. It's the highest knowledge in the whole universe. It's the most secret of all secrets, but it's passed off in disciplic line. You need to meet the real associates of Lord Chaitanya to get this information. Otherwise, you're screwed. You're in trouble. You have many troubles. Yeah, just naturally, because ignorance causes trouble. Lack of knowledge. That's how the world is controlled by Maya. These people who think her knowledge, which comes with a price. They think her knowledge is shiny. See, that's fool's gold, gold for fools. Mystic powers, the power to control people, control minds. That was offered to Jesus. Man, you can look in the desert, and he says, I'll give you, people will worship you and all this. This is what people want. But this is fool's gold. It's not for, no. Yeah. This knowledge is better. This is pure. This is the secret of all secrets. See, Bhagavad Gita. You think Bhagavad Gita is the secret of all secrets? Knowledge of Lord Caitanya is the secret of all secrets of the secrets of all secrets. Yeah, and it's given in association with real devotees. Yeah, the glories of Lord Caitanya are phenomenal. See, they were realized by these exalted devotees, and they shared them with people, whoever took shelter of these conceptions and these truths. See, this is real knowledge. It comes through those Bhagavad Gita 10-teners. Everybody should ask, is this person a 10-tener? Is this a real guru? If he is, he's a 10-tener. Real spiritual master is a Bhagavad Gita 10-tener. Yeah. And more, actually. Because they're teaching Bhagavad Gita and all that, and they may be very saintly, and they may even be realized. But if they're not worshiping Lord Caitanya, their ecstasy will not be taken to that next level, because that's why Lord Caitanya came here. Yeah, this is people think, oh, if I worship Jesus, I'll get the same ecstasy as Lord Caitanya gave. Or if I worship Krishna Radha, I'll get the same ecstasy. I don't need to do Lord Caitanya. Okay? Well, that's not even logical. You know, the latest incarnation in this one rare Kali Yuga comes and gives the greatest knowledge and the greatest protection, the greatest freedom, the greatest understanding to those who take shelter of it. Or him, her, him, her. The original transgender. Yeah. Lord Caitanya is fantastic. That's why, Prabodhananda glorifies so vigorously. You notice? Lord Caitanya, let's see. Nectar Moon. I pull up Nectar Moon of Lord Caitanya. Whoever's got it there. Yeah. Yeah. See, let us glorify. This is chapter 1, Nectar Moon of Lord Caitanya. Let us glorify the boundlessly merciful Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Prince of Raj. To taste the intoxicating sweet waves of the nectar of transcendental love for Krishna, as well as give that nectar to others, he has now appeared in the transcendental abode of Navadvip as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And as long as another person who's actually Lord Chaitanya, but as a devotee, he just like Lord Chaitanya was a devotee, he was Krishna, but he came as a devotee, okay, to taste this nectar and distribute to others. Yeah, how would it be distributed to others if they don't see him tasting this nectar? There's no role model. There's no emanation. See, that's the real guru. I mean, ultimately, in the Krishna conscious movement, in Vaishnavism, it's meant to have the gurus who are examples of the book, the song book, even, especially every day they're singing Sri Guru Charana Padma. By his word, my ignorance is destroyed. Well, when you have the real shelter of Lord Caitanya, all your words will be strong shelter, the strongest shelter, the most powerful shelter of Lord Caitanya, and people will eventually see it. They're not taking strong shelter when you can have the Vedas. And if you're taking shelter of the Vedas from gurus and teachers and sannyasis and Brahmins who have not realized the deepest extent of the Vedas, which is Lord Caitanya, because he's the goal of the Upanishads. He's the goal of Srimad Bhagavatam. He's the end all and be all of the demigod. And that includes, we can do that. We can be like them because it's a gift to the world if you come to the real devotees who have this shelter. They realize its value. They can communicate its value to you. No one else do. You can't be sold a Kirby vacuum by somebody who's going to spend $2,000, $3,000, maybe $5,000 for a stupid vacuum cleaner, unless it is really good and a person loves that product. Who's going to give their life, energy, and soul, to somebody like Lord Caitanya, unless they find somebody who has realized Lord Chaitanya's glories and greatness? Why would you take full shelter? Because it doesn't count taking shelter of those who don't have the shelter of Lord Caitanya. Lord Chaitanya gives you Bhagavad Gita, the ability to be a devotee Bhagavat. Otherwise, how are we going to do it on our own? They teach that on your own you can be a devotee Bhagavat. Okay, just 1 second. Yeah, isn't that amazing that Lord Chaitanya gives you the ability to be a devotee Bhagavat? You become the verses. I mean, that is extraordinary mercy. Why do I glorify that? Because he's done it to a fool like Gaur Das. Where he lives in you is proof. There's no way you could be that like verses like these verses in the book unless the Lord is actually living in you, as you, through you, that there's a surrendered state, of realization, and not just any deity. This is the greatest deity, the greatest knowledge, the greatest information, the greatest protection. See, this needs to be known by the world, otherwise they don't get it. That's why they don't get it in ISKCON and all these other groups. If you really have it, you manifest the symptoms, right? If you're a guru, or a follower of a guru, somebody has to go through enough purification, and the Lord will attract different levels of devotees, just like here. Some get it quickly because God knows how much purification they've been through, or how much desire they want it. Because you're definitely going to go through purification here. You can't put new wine in an old wineskin. You can't put new wine in a Vaidhi Bhakti wineskin. That has got to be purified. You can't take Vaidhi Bhakti into Vrindavan. Sorry, it doesn't go there. You're going to get purified. You're going to sometimes feel a lot of hellish stuff come out of you. You're going to hate me. Nobody likes to have their clothes ripped off. When you really attach to them and you think, it's the clothesline that's going to save you. People have that in their mind still. No clothesline is going to save you here. No, for all of us, the more we get purified and follow the process and take the shelter of association of devotees and have to go through whatever we go through, that's how we do it. You accept the gift, but sometimes the gift puts you through stuff. A lot of people think, they're going to go back to Godhead by chanting their 16 rounds, and following the morning program. You see, Prabhupada, I did everything you said. I did everything you said. Now I'm going back to Godhead. No, it doesn't work like that. Not even in the books does it really say that. That's a contamination for Vrindavan. That's a beginning. That progress is you stop thinking you know everything about devotional service, and you surrender to the word. See, it's the word that delivers you. You surrender to the word of a realized soul, that word, that vibration. See, that truth, that conception, see? Lifts you, saves you. It's always been that way, always will be that way. You're saved by the word. Remember, St. John, great verse. In the beginning was the word was with God. The Word was God. The Word is God. See, so if you listen to words of the demons, that's your God, and you get a result of that, right? It's a faulty result. If you listen to the word of the demigods, you get a result, something good probably, but it ain't good enough to be delivered. They're also locked in this material universe. They're in prison. See, this is a prison here. Yeah. See, but the word of the devotee, especially here in this age of Kali, this special age of Kali, we have information of Lord Caitanya, and all you need is a devotee. We got the books, right? Prabhupada took a lot of care to write these books. All they have to do is be explained by a real devotee Bhagavat, like Prabhupada. If they're not like Prabhupada, well, don't fool yourself. You're going to get some speculation. Prabhupada was used by Krishna. Prabhupada was Krishna in the form of a devotee. That is guru, that is spiritual master, that is a deliverer. See? Thus saith the Lord, that is a real prophet. Thus saith the Lord is thus saith the Lord, man. No ifs, ands, or buts. They don't have to say thus saith the Lord. They just say it. The word that delivers you. How do you know? You're uplifted. Yeah. And when you put their word above all the words of all these bullshitters in this world, and everybody's a bullshitter unless they've received the mercy of Lord Caitanya, or the grace of God or the grace of Christ. And actually in our line, and this is the line everyone, if you got enough intelligence, you'll come here in a second. My God, the kind of mercy you can get here, unbelievable. Look at Lalita Ganga. Where do you find devotees like that? She's better than 100 of those gurus in ISKCON. Well, because you complain and grumble and criticize simply because you're fools. You don't know the value. You don't know the value of devotion. You don't know the devotional symptoms. Even here, I have to instruct devotees, what are devotional symptoms? Because there's no one like it. There's nothing like devotional symptoms. There's no one like real surrendered devotee, just like Lord Caitanya. There's no one to compare them to in the universe. In this material universe, there's no one to compare them to. See? So as Lord Caitanya is unique, all his devotees, real devotees who have devotion, are unique. You could see it even here in the devotees who are becoming awakened. Look at their uniqueness. No one is like any of them. And the more you get bhakti and it becomes inflamed more, and you cry and you laugh and all that, you'll see it. Already you can see it here. Look at Lalita, look at Johan. There are very different people, right? Very different aspects of Lord Caitanya's grace. Or Govinda, look at Govinda. Look how beautiful these things. Where do you see this stuff? Nowhere in the room. Oh, they're just blah, 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 just talking about it. Oh, this is a great devotee. Where's his greatness? Where's the symptoms? Where is this beautiful, quality of jewel-like nature coming from Lord Caitanya's grace? Where? Here. Hey, Maya's always hiding it. That's what she does. What does devotees do? Well, we're preaching mode now. We're here to expose. She hides, we expose. And because the spiritual potency is more strong, that's just a shadow. This is victorious here. Knowledge is great. Why wouldn't look at this stuff. When you don't have a real guru, this is how it is, and you're not real surrendered to a real guru, on their path and their word, you're weak. Look at all these weaklings. You want to be like that? You want to continue to be like that in this? Oh, Prabhu, I'm sorry, I don't want to commit an offense. That's what you get following these kind of repressed, depressed, and compressed, like Prabhupada was with his God brothers. You come here, you become increasingly expressed. Yes, Lilita, do you feel more empowered here?
I have never been empowered anywhere else.
There's something in the basement, huh? Some,
Powerhouse in the basement.
that's where they usually put the powerhouses, in the basement. Because they're too noisy.
The power.
Too noisy. You got to put it in the basement so you don't hear the sound. That's why Janaki put me in a basement. I didn't wake up the whole house. Actually, Lolita's worse than me. She's louder, man. There's a whole universe. Even that Ron, he says, "What's that waffles going?" She's at it again. She's waffling. Yeah. Okay, yeah. See, to taste the waves of transcendental love for Krishna, as well as to give this nectar to others. See, give this nectar to others. This is what you get coming to. How did Lalita get it? Did she earn it? No, she came here. She received it. That's how everybody gets it. But you can't, if you don't taste it, you can't give this nectar to others. That's why without tasting this nectar, you can't give it to others. Therefore, it's not available. It's not in the marketplace. What's in the marketplace usually in Vaishnavism now at this time? It's not 550 days. See, 550 years ago, the ecstatic devotion was available in the marketplace. Why? Because Lord Chaitanya's devotees were here distributing it, tasting it on the streets, distributing it. Where is it now? I mean, you see devotees, chanting, bouncing up and down and all that with the holy name, yeah? Okay, do you see the nectar? I mean, how much of it? Maybe there's a little bit there because it's a holy name. But where do you see the real, like what we read about in the books? The tears pouring out of the eyes of the devotees, laughing and crying, the crying of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. You hear all of that? Do you see any of that there? Yeah. No, because the gurus and your leaders are not tasting this nectar. We're here to teach the teachers. You leaders need to come here, man. I know it's not very humble of me to tell you the truth, but you should just come here anyway. Don't worry about my being humble enough. We just do the job. We're here to teach you the value of the nectar of ecstatic bhakti. That's it. Don't worry about my humbleness. We just do the job, man. You call Roto-Rooter out to clean your drain, they clean the drain out, right? Don't worry about, is this a humble Roto-Rooter guy? They come to clean the drain. Whatever is necessary, they have. We use truth. The truth will set you free, man. The truth is, if you're not tasting this nectar, you're not as good of a Gaudiya or Vaishnava representative as you could be. That's just putting it nicely. You're actually not really a Gaudiya Vaishnava representative, really, anyway. You gotta, what is the Gaudiya Vaishnava line? It's this ecstatic worship, right? You gotta be a representative of Lord Caitanya, Gaudiya, Vaishnava. See, a Gaudiya Vaishnava? Sampradaya, are you in the real, there's in our contemporary Vaishnavism, you got a lot of these people. They've been born into it, their father and grandfather were in the Gaudiya Vaishnava line, but there's no potency. Okay? So people think, well, your grandfather and your father and your great-grandfather were related to Lord Caitanya, and whether that's true or not in this Kali Yuga, who the hell knows? Anybody could say anything, right? Or do it, how do you know? But then there's no potency. You got to look for the potency. See, this potency is ecstatic devotion. It has qualities. It has characteristics. See? The characteristics is a sublime joy and happiness. That deep revelations and realizations about what is what. Understanding all the tattvas, Guru tattva, Maya tattva, Rasa tattva. This is the value. You don't have to be a rocket science. All you have to do is take shelter of the real process of pure devotional service taught by Lord Caitanya, and now taught only through his real associates. Only through them. If you want this, do you remember the verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita in the Anshalila, chapter 7, first verse? One of the few I remember. Okay. Anyone, even a fallen conditioned soul, can be eternally liberated simply by taking shelter of those who are like honeybees or bumblebees at the feet of Lord Chaitanya. See, bumblebees, buzzing around Lord Chaitanya's feet, don't we? Don't we buzz around his feet? Don't we get buzzed by his feet? Yeah. Yeah, that's it, man. Simple like that. That's why it's so powerful here. People, they're trying to work to become eternally liberated, right? The path of work. Even work in Krishna consciousness. Work for Krishna, right? All that stuff is in force until you meet the real devotee. And if you've done enough of that and realize, boy, by my own work, by my own offensive chanting, I can't attain what the devotees in this Sangha are attaining. This is a very easy way to figure this out. See, Krishnadas Kaviraj says in the 8th chapter of Adi Lila, you can chant this Hare Krishna mantra that we chant for millions of lives and not attain the prema of Vrindavan. Okay? You can chant that mantra. And a lot of them are doing that for this is their first life or something maybe. And they're chanting. And they haven't attained the prema. Why? Because there are offenses there. Okay? So you can chant for millions of life that way. Or you can come here and chant with those who chant the holy name with prema, with ecstasy, with revelation and realization. See? And very quickly, all your offenses will go. And you will chant in ecstasy. More and more and more. See, and still you got to follow the path. It's not like, you're going to just get there. I mean, you could if there wasn't all this garbage we carry that we picked up along our way there. So we're these walking garbage cans. But you got to empty the can, man, Put a new lining in there. See the lining of, the Lord's grace, just in there. And then, put the pure name in there. So that has to be emptied out. And that's the big challenge for Vaidhi Bhaktas, is this emptying out. And you get that in relationships with the devotees. You interacting with the devotees and things come up. See? Because if you're really there and you're really an advanced devotee, right? Your interactions with the devotees will be pretty nice. Okay? But if one party is maybe not so balanced yet or unaware, they haven't been crucified and got their stuff out, that'll come to the table, right? See, it's just like, that's the way it is. There are devotees like Ramachandra Puri. He was not purified and he had a lot of stuff and he believed in the stuff. He wasn't like a releaser, easily released. And even his guru had to distance him a little bit, or a lot, actually. So that's going to happen here. When you're interacting with the devotees, they may distance you a little bit here, and that's just part of the process. Showing that your faith in Guru and Krishna reigns as you go through it. You just have to take the distance, and become more and more aware of your stuff, that's inside, that's blocking you, so you can release it. That's called repentance. Without repentance, you can't advance on this path. That's the whole problem with the Vaidhi Bhaktas. That's why they'll stay maybe many lifetimes like that. See? Here you got a chance to release it. And the Vaidhi Bhaktas, they can't go through this process of release because they believe that in their false ego. And so here this is the process of interacting and releasing false ego. You got to see your faults. See? You got to see, this is in my way. This is blocking me. See? But that comes, and sometimes it's a bit painful, and more release will come, and the more bhakti will be filled there. So that's a test of sincerity. That's why you see Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said, those who worship Lord Caitanya and continue to worship Lord Caitanya, see, in the association of devotees, see, and tolerate the reactions to their previous karmas, become a bona fide candidate for Lord Caitanya's grace. Okay? So I comment on it because people are going to go through stuff here, and they are going through stuff. And that shows you really serious. Otherwise, you're not very deep in what can be done. So you're going up the mountain so you can finish it in this life. Depends on how much you want to do it. Some people come, and that should inspire everybody. Some people come with loads of karma, and some people come where it's more easy for them. So good. Be inspired by those who it's easier for. At least we got that. We need role models. Okay, let's see what other verses we got here. So, whether seen, touched, glorified, or remembered, bow down from afar, or worship, Sri Caitanya gives the nectar of pure love of Krishna to his devotees. Let me glorify Lord Caitanya, the merciful Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's why, again, if you want this devotion, you have to be around his devotees because he gives that nectar to them and nobody else. That's how you tell who's a real devotee. How are you going to tell who's a real devotee in this Maya? Because Maya is always trying to put the false devotees up as real devotees. See, those who have the nectar of this prema, this devotion to Krishna, he gives that devotion to his real devotees. That's why you got to follow the process. Serve a bona fide spiritual master who is a real associate of the Lord, getting this devotion to Radha and Krishna, this love of Krishna, because of their genuine, real association with Lord Caitanya. If you haven't found that path, that narrow gate, then you haven't found the real path yet. It's nothing real there. That's the real path. See? They'll teach you the verses, Lord Caitanya is the end all and be all. He's the one to be in. They'll show you that. They'll prove that to you. They'll communicate that to those who really believe it and hear and are purified. And you'll see the result of that seed in them germinate and fructify into the fruit of that kind of special love. You notice, there is no other love like that in this world, this love of Krishna. And there's millions of people worshiping Radha and Krishna in this world now since Prabhupada, right? Millions of people all over the world. But you don't see, where is the love of Krishna? Nobody knows what it is. It's here. This is it. This is what it looks like. The verses are in person here, personified by even some of my disciples. Yeah, and that's its uniqueness. And we're not here to change. We're here to change the world, to show them that Lord Caitanya is the be-all and end-all of all the greatest beings in the universe. So why not make that be-all and end-all for us fallen fools in this material world? I don't care who you are. Be you big guru recognized by the neophytes of this world who don't know the real standards, or followers of them. Everybody should take shelter of the real conception of Lord Caitanya, the real conception of that mercy, right? The mercy is here and it's being distributed. That's the real conception. See, that causes the real conception of this birth of Krishna in you, so that you can nourish him spiritually, so your spiritual body and abilities are awakened to feed that transcendental Lord. And we prove every day this is so real. You show, who's showing you these verses as they are so deeply? Okay? That's where the real shelter is. Those who have the real pure conception of Lord Caitanya's glories, okay? And grace, and are recipients of that. That's the place to be. Doesn't matter what anybody says. This is what is important to be said. Everybody is saying all kinds of different opinions and everything, and they don't get the results that we got. This opinion, this preaching, this understanding, this ecstasy you see in this small little group here is the best shelter, the best inspiration, the best knowledge, the best munificence, the best magnanimity, the best spiritual power, the best path of deliverance. We prove it already every day. What do we got here? Mama says, today on Harinam, a man said to me, God is giving you a hard battle shouting, Hare Krishna in the rain. So we replied, Lord Krishna Chaitanya doesn't give the hardest battles to his toughest ecstatic devotees. Exactly. Yeah. Huh. See, for those who have attained the merciful sidelong glance of Lord Gora, impersonal liberation becomes as palatable as going to hell. The heavenly cities of the demigods become as real as flowers imagined to float in the sky. The poisonous fangs of the untamable black sensitive snake has become broken. The whole world becomes full of joy, and Brahma, Indra, and all the great demigods become like tiny insects. See? Every other thing, every other path, every other opulence in the material universe becomes insignificant to this. Why? Because this is real. This is really real. This is the highest reality. Illusion becomes naturally distinguished because of that experience. You know, when Lord Vedavyas became self-realized, he realized the transcendental potency. What happened? He automatically realized the material potency is insignificant. See, that's self-realization. You know what's real. Well, we had pretty much a lot of experience what's not real. See, real is what is eternal. Yeah, this is real for a time and disappears. You know, your body disappears. Then you take another birth and identify with that body and your little family you're born into, and it's so real, right? Look at people here. We're in a family here, right? Everybody's, believing, oh, this is so real, right? Their life's so real. And at some point, you don't know, it just boom, it's gone. What happens? Oh, you take another birth because you become so bonded with each other, and this is all in all, right? You're not, there's no real, you say maybe there's, oh yeah, there's God, and you go to the temple once a week or year or whatever, but you're so busy with life, right? Life is so important. I see it here, running around. Yeah, you can have great qualities. We got one guy, Ron, very nice guy, good guy, man, plays all kinds of instruments. My God, amazing. Right, Lalita? Nice guy, man. Funny, all this. But once it goes, if you're not a devotee, see, you not went through the regeneration, well, you just come back, and then because you have these propensities, and you'll get another violin and play that that, play the violin thing, the sad song of life, and you're busy and do all this, and you do this again and again until you take to the devotional service of the Lord and get out of that. Yeah. And then you can have your talents and everything, right? And then you use, say, this is what Narada Muni used to preach in Srimad Bhagavatam. He said, if you do your duties perfectly, like people like this here, right? They're doing their duties and taking care of their families and everything. You do your duties perfectly. But if you don't develop bhakti, at the end, it's really futile. I mean, it's just like, oh, you just wasted your life, basically. You didn't find what's really important in life. But even if you do your duties faultily, like probably me, and a lot of other people in our Sangha here, you do them faultily, but you've attained the path of devotion. And you cultivating that, even though you're faulty on your material duties according to Varnashram Dharma and all that. Oh, there's so much benefit. You get the greatest benefit. That's smarter. That's like the Mary Martha thing. Martha was working, and Mary was hearing. See? So, but it doesn't have to be all or nothing. You can do a little Martha, but here, Janaki's a little bit like that, She does a lot of Martha, and she does a lot of hearing. It's smart, intelligent. So you got to give some time for Sadhu Sangha. You don't want to go out of balance. That's why, this is what we teach here, simple things. So give us a word, Lalita.
Good morning, Guru Maharaj.
Good morning. Did I wake you up too early? Or?
No. I just fell asleep again. Yeah, you're speaking about talents, and I realize that actually nothing is more beautiful than using your talents to glorify the Lord. If you can be creative for Krishna, you actually discover, oh my God, I received it for him, to use it for him. It's so fantastic.
Or his devotees.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's, yeah. So that otherwise.
I see what Govinda is doing, and
otherwise, it's futile. We need this devotional service is so important, and it's so easy to get this mercy from the devotees. And whoever does, I mean, we put the message out. Not everybody, see, many are called, and the few are chosen that are meant to get it. And from the few, actually, it gets look, we got 22 people listening now. That's pretty good, And from the few, more people become purified and dedicated, and it goes out. Look, from 11 people became 5,000 with Jesus. He had 11, and then from that 11, 5,000, and then it multiplied more. Now so many people are Christians. But again, Lord Caitanya is the avatar of this age, and because he is a rare avatar, and his real devotees are rare right now. That's why wherever they are, that's where to be. Right now, this is a place of like a hub of this. Yeah. And we have a nice system here where we can reach out all over the world through this internet. People can take shelter here and get the benefit. You have the live and then the replays and all of this. If you just, when you start to understand or are convinced, I mean, if you're an intelligent person, you listen here and apply your intelligence, apply your logic, apply what you get here to this path and see if it doesn't shine above everything else. It should, if it's real. If you're really attentive, listen, like, let's say Fernando, he listens and he comes and he can see this is special. This is, so if you claim to be intelligent, let's say for you, Acharya Dave, I'll give you a little challenge. You come here and apply your intelligence, because you're basically an intelligent guy and smart and all that stuff. You apply your intelligence here let me teach you about Lord Chaitanya's mercy, Radhanath too, or any of those gurus, anybody in Gaudiya's meeting. You come here, just either prove me wrong or right. And in this game, Lord Caitanya wins. Don't you want him to win? I don't care. Let it, wrong or right, let Lord Caitanya be the winner. He's the highest representation of the truth. Let the truth be the winner, right? And because the truth will set you free. Can you imagine? Look at these demigods. The demigods, Shiva, Brahma, the creator of the universe, man. And Shiva, the destroyer of the universe, they take shelter of Lord Caitanya. You must be great. Must be a great shelter. They know that. Well, you're lucky to find some fool in this world that knows that also. Then that's where, like, I can consider myself a fool, but this mercy of Lord Caitanya, there's no foolishness in it. It's wonderful. It makes you the smartest person in the world. You know the essence of everything. You become the happiest person in this universe. Unless they happen to be a devotee of Lord Caitanya. The most knowledgeable person in this universe, just by taking shelter of Lord Caitanya through the real disciplic line. Isn't that what they teach in Vaishnavism? Take shelter of the disciplic line? Well, hey, we get that clear. What is the real line of the Hare Krishna movement, whether in Gaudiya Samiti, Gaudiya Math, or the ISKCON? What is the real line for those persons? The real line is a real associate of Lord Caitanya who proves it. No speculation. No, saying, yeah, I'm the greatest devotee, but have no proof, no ability to transmit and awaken others. No ability to be the verse, a simple verse. Lord Caitanya says, yes, it is correct. Those who awaken devotion to Krishna are certainly, no doubt, the spiritual master. Okay? How can it be otherwise? Oh, Gohari, this is a speculate. Gohari, he's no spiritual master. He doesn't follow all the rules perfectly. He can't be a guru. You see, one guru out there is supposed to be the Mahan for the Krishna conscious movie, the big Mahan. I mean, this is his conception. Oh, Gohari, you can't be guru because you had a beer, like maybe it was 2 months ago, I had a beer. You had a beer, you can't do, your lips touch alcohol, you can't be guru. No, see, is that the real conception? No, that's a Brahman idea. And that ain't strong enough. That ain't clear enough. That's a speculation. No. Lord Chaitanya's mercy. If you got it, then you're by the verses. See, the verses. Yes, it is correct. Those who awaken devotion to Krishna are certainly spiritual master. It doesn't say, but if you had a beer or a cup of coffee, you can't do it. Where does it say that in the verse? That's speculation of these guys. He can't awaken devotion. I haven't seen one person, even that Duder guy. My guru is this guy, this Mahant, who's accepted by he's so great and everything. I don't see any bhakti in this Duder guy. Or Duder. Not even a smidgen. And they glorify people who are in the modes of nature still. I can't believe it. Speculators. See? How? Gore, you're so offensive. Well, this is the way the mercy of Lord Caitanya is. You just get so juiced up, so ecstatic, so truthful. You point out that ain't real. That ain't going to deliver you. What's so wrong about that? What does it say, the verse? You consider the demigods flowers in the sky. Speculation, flowers, I don't care. You a big guru in this world? Well, you prove it, man. Let's see some big bhakti, man, and some big deliverance of that bhakti to others. If you're guru, otherwise you're just straw. Not very important. Isn't that the verse? Who's going to act out the verse unless somebody's actually the verse? Right? Doesn't the verse? I'll read the verse again. See, when Lord Gauranga's devotees, who are worshipped even by the demigods, drink the wonderful, sweet nectar of the bliss of pure love of God that flows from the lotus feet of Lord Gaur. See? Now, proof that you're drinking that, the rest of the verse comes to true. And how can you be a devotee Bhagavan unless you actually, at some point in some lifetime, act it out, man, for the benefit of the world? Isn't that, otherwise it stays in the book. What good is it going to be in the book? It's got to be in a living reality. You got to see somebody like that. And ultimately, you got to be like that because you got the mercy of Lord Caitanya. You're drinking that intoxicating beverage, right? Then what happens? Oh, then the other part of the verse comes. In that condition, they laugh at Lord Brahma and the other demigods. I laugh. Why shouldn't I laugh at these gurus who are they ain't no better than those demigods? Why shouldn't I laugh at them if they're not got the mercy of Lord Chaitanya's grace? We must laugh. I must laugh at them. I have to say that's laughable. How can we build a new house, a real house, a solid house, unless you destroy the old flimsy foundation, right? You got to have some Lord Shiva in you, man. Lord Shiva destroys. And what do we destroy? Illusion. So we can build the house of the real Lord Caitanya that lasts forever. Hey, man, what is the foundation? Is the grace of Lord Caitanya, man, which comes through the real disciplic line. You want to build your house of bhakti? You want to build a house that lasts forever? It's built on the real spiritual master, the real associate of Lord Caitanya. And you take shelter there, your house is going to be solid. It will never fall. How can it? It's built on truth that these persons don't have. They have speculation. They are not ecstatic devotees. Show me one. Show me Radhanath, how ecstatic, how much prema you have. How about you, Acharya Dev? Show us how much prema bhakti you have. Show us you have the grace of Lord Caitanya, means you have the love of Radha and Krishna. Didn't that verse I read say that? Those who are real devotees of Lord Caitanya, they are flooded with the love of Radha and Krishna. Show us that. Otherwise, how can you build a solid foundation for yourself or your followers? That's called blind followers and blind leaders. You're still blind without this prema, this bhakti, this real mercy of Lord Caitanya. You're just putting on a show of worship out there. Show bottles, just show. Look at us, we're Krishna devotees. We prance around the stage, sit on our high seats, make a big show, like a procession, like you go to a play, and we're playing Guru, oh, Gurudev, ooh. But nobody has any of this love of Krishna that has all these symptoms that you see here. See? So the truth will set you free. Why? The truth destroys the illusion, right? That's an illusion, man. I'm here to preach the truth. I'm here to show people, to demonstrate, to preach the truth. of where real shelter is, so that you can be really, truly happy forever, like many of us are already. Is your life changed there, Lolita?
Completely. It has completely changed, Guru Maharaj. Completely. I got a complete transformation. I believe in other values. I make other choices. I live.
Oops. She got frozen.
So, yeah,
Okay, go ahead, continue.
Yeah, everything is changed. When you receive the intimacy of the Lord, you start to live for Krishna in your life with word, heart, but really with real desire and consciousness and not wanting anything else anymore. It's like an echo.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the mercy of Lord Caitanya. It's great in disciplic line. Yeah, people just need to know its greatness, but only if we experience and relish and taste its greatness can we communicate it to others. And then whoever is inspired by it. What do you think what was the preaching of the, especially, well, even now, the Christians and the early Christians, they're preaching the glories of their guru, the glories of Jesus Christ. And it awakened because whoever developed faith by their preaching, see, by their word, whoever developed a little faith, they got the result of that. Isn't that what happens here? I preach about Krishna, Lord Caitanya, and these conceptions, conclusions. Those who develop faith in this word, look at the result they get. Look at Fanny. She's very happy, right? See? Yeah. Faith in the words of the devotees. I have no talents for the Lord.
Well, I also thought I had no talent. Wait and see.
Yeah. The Lord will give you a mission. Yeah, I'm reading the comments here. Okay. All right. Let's see what else we got here. See, when Lord Gaurachandra's devotees who are worshipped even by the demigods drink the wonderful sweet nectar of the bliss of pure love of God that flows from the lotus feet of Gaurachandra. See, the Lord gives that bliss and that nectar of pure love of God so easily. Yeah, so easily, so wonderfully. Usually people, they do all these hard things to attain it. But what you're really doing is attaining the real path by all you want to show your sincerity to God by being an ISKCON devotee or some devotee and following these gurus, okay? Even though there's not complete truth in that. See, the truth is the real, as it is, conclusive truth is what's going to set you free, not speculation. See, and the conclusive truth is if your guru is not a prema bhakta, they cannot deliver you into Vrindavan. Is that, if that's where you want to go, that should be the goal of Krishna consciousness is Vrindavan, right? See? So conclusive truth is a prema bhakta. A person who is a prema bhakti in this world, in our line, is an associate of Lord Caitanya. And they'll teach you the teachings of Lord Caitanya so that you can enter Vrindavan. Their word is true. Their word busts the illusion, the speculation of religion. You can abandon it. You won't need those gurus. You won't need their speculations because they're like flowers in the sky. They don't do anything. much. You're just floating flowers. You got the solid truth, the solid food. You kick the ladder of religion and religious leaders who have usually material desire and for something, name and fame or wealth or all these things, and they're controlling and manipulating you by speculations. They speculate on the scriptures, say, yeah, you need a guru and everything, and wear it, even though they're not it. They just twist a few words and everything, and then they get you, and you don't know. See, you don't know, but you do know. Inside, you know you're not liberated. You're under their control. You're going around like this, and you know you're not completely happy, but you're afraid and compressed and depressed and suppressed. See, if you come out of that, that's why people come out of that suppression and depression here. See, the truth will set you free. You're free of that level. That's Maya still. She works in all these different levels. The demigods is part of the Maya also. There's speculation amongst the demigods. They teach paths of speculations. Yeah, they tell you, become powerful, become rich, follow these like universal principles, and you can become wealthy and everything. That's speculate. That ain't the essence of why we're in this universe. And what is the main priority? Main priority is to get out for everyone universally, because it's hellish here. Heavenly and hellish is hellish. Heavenly is a bewilderment. Hellish is a bewilderment. Bewilderment is bewilderment, right? See, the truth will finish all of that. Then you'll say like Jesus, I am in this world, but not of it. Because you're not of even the demigod class. You're not even of the demon class. See? All classes are in your Lord, and they're bewildered by the Mahamaya, and you're free. Hey, that's what we do here. You want that kind of knowledge? You want that kind of freedom? Well, you got to be in the Lord that we're in. We're not, there's no lie here. There's no exaggeration. There's no blind belief. This is reality here. A living reality. Where are you going to find a place like this? When your mind, what happened to Bhakta Tam? He seemed to be gone lately. When your mind is no longer disturbed by the flowery language of the Vedas. Yeah, you see, disturbed. Yeah. See, it's disturbing. Flowery words, you're disturbed. It doesn't matter. You think you're just intoxicated by I've seen it, man. I've seen these people giving Bhagavatam classes intoxicated by speculation, and I couldn't even live. What is this? The guy thinking he's so great. Oh my, what a great class I'm giving. It's illusion. It's like this. Not attractive at all. Truth will set you free, man. Yeah, conclusive truth. Am I not speaking? I mean, are these not the real heart of the verses? Yeah. Compare what you hear here to what they're saying. Yeah, but you can't do that. See, we're on the other end of the ruler. They're somewhere on the other side, downwards, towards the short end of the stick. And everybody gets the shorter end of the stick if you listen there, and you don't think anything of it, right? Because you don't know any better. Well, come over here and you'll get the larger side of the stick. You get the whole stick, and then you'll take that stick and beat the illusion with it. My sannyasi stick is a ruler. See, ruler. The love of Radha and Krishna is the ruler. The realizations that come from this kind of worship is the ruler. Ruler of all these speculations. And and whenever you'll see, once these gurus come one by one and bend that knee to this preaching. See, that's the speculations, ready for release. They're ready to be released because their speculation keeps them in jail. You know, the jail of inconclusiveness. It's inconclusive. That's why you see, I have freedom here. Why? I have freedom in the truth. You know, this is why you see Prabhupada ordered this. You know, I'm not speculating I'm guru and all that. No. It came naturally and all that, and Prabhupada confirmed it. Yeah, you're doing exactly what I have confidence in that. I have assurance in that I'm not speculating or anything like that. You know, I got so many confirmations. It's like Bitcoin. You get all these confirmations to make sure the transaction is true. Ah, man, spontaneously people were coming and listening and getting ecstatic experiences. Then Prabhupada goes, here's confirmation number 1. Number 2. See? Confirmation number 2. You're doing exactly what I want you to do. You know, this has my full approval. You do more of this. See? Confirmation number 2. Then number 3. Krishna comes, said, yeah, because of your guru to my second disciple, because of your guru, you're getting my darshan. See, that goes for everybody coming. Why, it's not just one person. You think Krishna is a small fry, does small things, wants to liberate one person? Are you kidding? That arrow was shot there and it hits the whole world. The universe. Why think small world? This is a few zillion people here? No, 7 billion, that's nothing. See? Then confirmation number 4, man, we got all confirmations, man. Then they communicate, those who believe this crazy, wonderful word, very strong, very clear, very ecstatic. Oh, look, they become like a Lalita eventually, or quickly, or Johan, or a Govinda. They're very happy. Ask them. Ask them if they've ever been any happier. The mercy of Lord Caitanya is extraordinary. And we're proving it more and more and more. That's what it's about. Yeah. You show me a better path, a stronger path, a more clearer path, a more truthful path, a more purifying path, a more ecstatic path, a more joyful path. Okay, what else? That's why I laugh at Lord Brahma and the other demigods and condemn the impersonalist yogis, even if I find them in Vaishnavism. Yeah. Oh, listen to this. And do not consider the devotees of Lord Vishnu who do not worship Lord Gaurachandra to be very important. See? Who is that? That's the Vaidhi Bhaktas, man. See? They worship Lord Vishnu. Oh, no, they worship Krishna. No, you don't worship Krishna. You can put Krishna's picture up there, or deity and all that. You're worshiping Lord Vishnu if you have the symptoms of worshiping Lord Vishnu, which are rules, regulations, mode of goodness, that kind of thing. I don't consider that very important, do I? And I mean, why don't you put so much importance in it? Well, I don't consider it important. Why? What's really important is the mercy of Lord Caitanya, and that's available. I can't help it if you're not smart enough, to understand what I'm preaching here. Then go do the Vaidhi thing. What else is? At least you got something. Do that until you realize, some preacher in some lifetime comes along preaching the glories of Lord Caitanya's mercy by experience. Otherwise, and they will do the same thing, not consider Vaidhi Bhakti or Varnashram very important. But Prabhupada thought it was so important. No, he didn't. He was only important for, to get things going. Because there are a lot of fools out there who were not ready for ecstatic worship. Krishna knows that, and he gave that information to Prabhupada and Bhakti Siddhanta and Bhakti Vinod. It was not time. But it's time now because you notice they gave me new information, the upgrade. So that's not the verse says it's not very important, and that's the truth. Your Vaidhi Bhakti and Varnashram Dharma is not very important. Your worship of Vishnu I don't care you put Krishna's deity in front of there, but you have the symptoms of being Vaidhi, you don't get into Vrindavan. No, it's only through those devotees of Vrindavan who chant what? Chaitanya Charitamrita says, the only path is the devotee who chants holy name with great ecstatic devotion. They're the only path to Vrindavan. No other path. I should, I don't know, quiet down a little bit. No other path. You know what I'll do? Let me close the doors. I left them open because I didn't think I'd be yelling and screaming too much. I thought it was going to be more quiet today because I'm only working on like half power today. See, what benefit did the world attain when Lord Ram? Matter of fact, Lalita, can you read the verse there? It's the end of chapter 1.
I will, Guru Maharaj. Thank you. Verse 6, huh? Do you hear me?
Verse 7, verse 7.
7 in chapter 1? I'm sorry. Go back then. Chapter 1, in the beginning, an invocation of auspiciousness and a description of the contents of these prayers. I don't see a verse 7. Oh, yeah. There's big place in between, sorry. Thank you. What benefit did the world attain when Lord Rama, Lord Nisrima, and many other incarnations of Godhead killed so many Rakshasas and Daitya demons? How important is it that Lord Kapila and other incarnations revealed the paths of Sakya and Yoga? How glorious is it that Lord Brahma and other guna avatars create, maintain, and destroy the material universes? How auspicious is it that Lord Varaha lifted the earth from the Darbodaka ocean. We do not consider any of these activities to be very important. The most important thing is that Lord Caitanya has revealed the great splendor of pure love of Krishna.
Yeah, that's the great splendor of pure love for Krishna. So Lord Chaitanya revealed that. And that has been hidden since 550 years, more or less, just pure love of Krishna. Nobody knows what it looks like. See, this is the beginning of it. Because here is the revelation of that. If there's no revelation, no demonstration of it, then nobody knows. That's why all these other paths are taught. That's why you see in this world impersonalism, and you see Vaidhi Bhakti and Varnashram Dharma. Yeah, what is Varnashram Dharma for a person who has love of Krishna? This you transcend Varnashram Dharma. And then while you're in this world, you just, oh yeah, I got to work, I got to do this. What is my propensity? You do, if you have the habit of playing violins or Whatever it is, you just do, but you have already attained the goal of life. Yeah, the goal of life is love of God. Love of, see, that means our spiritual body is awakened. That's what's real. The spiritual body is real. Spirit is real. Jesus began that teaching. He says there's a spirit. Body is not it. The spirit in the body is it. Lord Caitanya realized the same thing. The main need of mankind is spiritual. I mean, real spiritual, not material. See, not some level of material, not Varnashram Dharma even. He came here for more than that. He came here to awaken the spiritual aspect in man, which is, the reality. See, so everything else is insignificant. All other incarnations are insignificant because the Lord revealed so much of this love of Krishna and is revealing it again here through our Sangha, which gives the highest result. There are no other incarnations that gave it so, lavishly. Look, Varaha lifted the world out of the thing. So where do you see the ecstatic devotion? Where do you see the ecstatic devotion of Kapila? He just kind of taught from a knowledge thing. You don't see him crying tears of ecstasy and all that stuff. Or teaching about it. He taught austerities. Hey, Mom, go into the river and do some austerities, and then you'll get a little bit of bhakti at the end. Tough path, huh? That's why you see why Prabhupada says, well, what is the big deal about these other incarnations? The big deal is Lord Caitanya in this special Kali Yuga. Once every 27th, every 28th Kali Yuga, Lord Caitanya or Krishna comes and Lord Caitanya comes. Special. That means special mercy. Yeah, everybody should drop everything they're doing and come get the mercy of Lord Caitanya and become lovers of Krishna. Without a lot of troubles. You'll have some of the troubles, you carry with you, and they got to be, off-boarded. And they will be here. It's very powerful. Yeah. So, you know what? I think I'm going to stop here, and you're going to go live there, Lalita? What do you think? You want to?
What do you think?
What do I think? I think you should follow your heart. I'm going to follow my smoothie. I'm going to go get a smoothie, I think.
I'm coming.
Okay, she's coming. All right. All right, my friends. Thank you very much.